Hey guys, I decided to do this video today out of necessity, and this video is mostly for the kids out there. Well, I'm just joking. I'm not an old man myself, but by kids, I'm talking to those in their 20s and also the current undergraduates in various higher institutions. Listen carefully to this video so you can avoid the number one most common mistake responsible for the struggles most graduates face after leaving the university. Listen to this video carefully so you can avoid the number one most common mistake responsible for the struggles most graduates face after leaving the university. So what is that? It is simply not having a postgraduate plan for your financial life. It is simply not having a postgraduate plan for your financial life. Let me explain. You see, most undergraduates, while in school, you hear them say stuff like, after our program, I would pick up a master's from. So that means they already have a postgraduate plan for their academic pursuits, for the academic life. Now, as human beings, we have different aspects of life. We have the health, we have emotional. In fact, for most undergraduates also, no matter how young they are, you hear them say stuff like, I plan to marry when I get to 25, 27, 29. So that means they already have plans also for their emotional life. So, the same thing applies. We have our health, we have emotional, we have spiritual. That's also how we have our financial life. So, the point of this video is to make sure while you are planning for other aspects of life, also have a postgraduate plan for your financial life. Let me explain. You see, when most people get into the university, they get into the university with high hopes. Let me put myself into perspective. Reality. When I got into school in 2008 to study petroleum engineering, it was such a big deal. As a matter of fact, then, if I visit my dad's office and some of his colleagues come, say, what are you studying? I tell them, they will like, hey, good, nice course. Why? That time, oil and gas was a big deal and, being a Niger Delta also. The same thing applies to most of my colleagues, all my classmates. We were raising shoulders then in campus because we felt, oil and gas was. But after school, when reality sets in, all of those things for most people was just an illusion. As a matter of fact, let's just say if we were 18 in my set, I think less than 10 are actually working in one oil company or the other. And a vast majority are even unemployed till date. Are they employable? That I don't know, but I'm just saying based on reality and no disrespect to anybody out there. I'm just trying to put things into real perspective. So that might also be the case for you. Your dad may have assured you, just go to school, get good grades, work hard. A job is out there waiting for you. Fair enough. But I want you to have a plan B, which is the postgraduate plan for your financial life. I want you now to sit down and put things into perspective. What if things doesn't turn out the way, the good job you are anticipating doesn't come, or it doesn't come immediately? What are you going to do? What will you fall back to? What's going to be your plan B? So that is the postgraduate plans for your financial life I'm talking about. The course you're studying right now, if that course doesn't get you employed, if that dream job doesn't come immediately after graduation, what are you going to do? What is going to be responsible for your financial stability? Okay, so that is the thing. In my own case, I was lucky enough. I got into school 2008. As of 2009, I had ventured into tech. I started learning web design. And how did I learn web design? I simply bought a video training I saw on the internet. I bought the course and I started studying that course. And that study did not really interfere with my academic work. So usually, at the end of school, before I go to bed, I would devote 2 to 3 hours every day learning that course, practicing until I mastered web designing. That was the basis of who I am today. Then over the years, I've evolved from one online business model to another. I've acquired different skills, and that has made me a very successful digital entrepreneur. But basically, it started with acquiring a web design skill. And also, I didn't stop there. I invested twice as much effort to learn the business aspect of the skill I acquired. I now went further to, register a business name, set up a website that positioned me as a corporate web design company, and I started charging people money to design website for them as far back 2008. I was already charging 400,000, 1 million, 300,000, different amounts at that time, because I also studied the business aspect of the skill I acquired. So my advice for you out there, the undergraduates, make sure to start having plans for your postgraduate financial life. If there's no job, if your dream job doesn't come, what are you going to do? What will be making you money legitimately, right? Then now, let me say this. For most of us, the times our parents lived were the industrial age. Times are changed. We are no longer in that time. And as a matter of fact, what we do as human beings is mostly influenced by the time in which we lived. Right now, we are in the information age. We are in the digital era. Technology is the new oil. Technology is the new gold. So the smartest thing you can do is to go acquire a digital skill. So that digital skill can either be serving as a side income, a side also while still schooling, or you can even go into a full-blown business like I did in my case. So after school, you just continue in that line. So go acquire a digital skill while we're now in the digital era. And there are a lot of digital skills out there. You can learn the same web designing. It's an evergreen business model. Every business owner needs a website, so there's always job for you. You can learn voiceover creation. You can learn what we call video sales letter creation, those animated video. You can learn AI. With the emergence of AI right now, you can even do most of all of these things without you having to learn a technical skill, right? So you can learn social media marketing. There are a lot of digital skills you can learn. So I am advising you, I'm encouraging you to pick up a digital skill and start learning. There are free videos on YouTube. There are free courses online. Pick up a skill and start learning. You can even learn programming. So you can have something you can rely on as a source of income outside your certificate. It is very important. So after school, if job doesn't come, you won't be stranded. So I hope you get the idea of this video. So you have to create a postgraduate plan for your financial life, so you don't end up, becoming stranded after school if your dream job doesn't come, or if peradventure you don't even find a job. Now, also, real quick, if you're watching this video and this video makes sense to you, it resonates with you, and you want to learn a digital skill, of course, this is my field, and this is a field I've generated millions of dollars from legitimately, so I'm happy to teach you. All you need to do, click the link in my bio if you're watching this video on Instagram. I have a free video training where I explained one of the most profitable online business model beginners can go into with very minimal capital. So click the link on my bio and go watch the training. Okay, if you're watching this video on YouTube, below the description of this video, there's a link also to take you there to go watch the free training. If you're watching on TikTok, you can just send me a DM. I'll send you the link to the free training so you can watch the training. It teaches one of the most profitable online business model in the most simplified format. If you're watching on Facebook, below in the comments, there's a link also to the free training. If you're watching on LinkedIn, in the comments also, there's a link to the free training. So anytime, any day, I would advocate for digital skill acquisition. Why? Because we are now in the information age. We are now in the digital era. And digital skills is now the new gold mine. It's not the new oil and gas. I've been fortunate enough I've never done a corporate job. I've never worked for anyone, but I have achieved most things. If not, I've achieved most things people who have this corporate job have. Through my digital skills, I've bought cars, built houses. God is just blessing me through it. So that is it. It is that reliable. You can rely on a digital skill right now in this 21st century. Look at social media. It's blowing up. Kids are making millions from TikTok, various social media platforms. All you need to do, decide on a particular business model or a digital skill, get a mentor, get a course, and start learning to tomorrow. You won't be stranded. That's my advice to the undergraduates out there. Hope this makes sense to you. Drop a comment if you resonate with this. Thank you.